Retell lecture. Common mistakes. In Retell lecture, you will hear a talk or watch a video of a talk. After that, you will have 10 seconds to prepare and then 40 seconds to retell what you heard. In Retell lecture tasks, what are some common mistakes to avoid? Ineffective note-taking, unclear delivery of the main ideas. Let's look at these in more detail. Listen to this lecture and then look at the notes. Why are the test takers' notes ineffective?
But I think talking about foods rather than nutrients is an important step we need to take. At the same time, we don't have to say to people you can eat this or you can't eat that, but we should help give people a wider view of the relative proportions of various food groups and dietary patterns on the whole.
Here's what the test taker wrote. Important to talk about food, biscuits, crisps, food groups. The notes are ineffective because the test taker hasn't focused on the main points of the lecture. Take notes on the main idea of the lecture and any supporting ideas.
Important to talk about food, not nutrients. Don't divide into foods that are allowed and not allowed. Understand diet patterns and proportions.
In the first attempt, the test taker didn't consider the relationships between the main points. Note down how ideas are connected. Use arrows or other linking devices to do so. If you hear a key conclusion or implication, circle or underline it so that you can structure your answer around it. The test taker didn't use shorthand when note-taking. This affected their ability to take notes on the main points. Practice taking notes and writing words in shortened forms. Use abbreviations and symbols to help you. Here, for example, X means not, and the math symbol means divided. Other symbols that may be useful include: the next time you take notes, try coming up with your own symbols. Listen to this test taker retelling the lecture. What is ineffective about their delivery?
So there is public confusion about health and food messages. Fat is bad and sugar, both are bad. Advice about nutrients, for example, meat, vegetables, or biscuits. The problem is eating patterns and food groups.
Their delivery is ineffective because there is a lack of structure. Giving a structured response will ensure you present the data clearly. Different structures can work with different types of lectures. For example, give a brief overview. You might want to use an introductory expression, such as, according to the lecturer. The lecture provided information about, the lecture referred to, then link the main points together in a logical way. Use words and phrases such as, however, despite, or in spite, but, in addition or in addition to, moreover. Finally, show a key conclusion or implication the speaker makes. Use phrases to conclude such as, to conclude, in summary, overall, therefore. In the ineffective delivery, the speaker didn't paraphrase. They used the same language as they heard. Try to use your own words rather than the same words from the lecture. Think of ways to say the same thing in a different way. If you can't or don't know how to paraphrase something, only try and use 1 or 2 exact words from the lecture.
We don't have to say to people, you can eat this or you can't eat that.
We don't necessarily have to separate foods which we should eat from foods we shouldn't eat.
To make good notes, focus on the main points, consider the relationships between the ideas, and listen out for conclusions or implications. Practice writing shorthand. To retell the lecture effectively, structure your ideas using your notes. Use introductory and concluding phrases. Use linking words. Paraphrase what you hear.